Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the track Ethereal by the American rock band 3 Pill Morning. The band have been relatively quiet since their 2016 album Never Look Back, which was the last they released. They did make a bit of a return in 2022 with the release of their EP Transmission and also the release of the track Our Reality, and now we have this latest one to add to that list as well. And they're a band I feel that have been very unlucky in not breaking into the mainstream. They've always been almost just bubbling under the surface, trying to break through that surface tension into the mainstream and become much bigger, but they've still produced some great albums over the years, including the side effects of Chronic Ambition, Never Look Back and Black Tie Love Affair. So will this latest track be out of this world or earthbound? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. Already this track's got a very different styling to most of the band's previous music. Typically they are very hard rock. This is much lighter, much softer, almost very a bit of a Starset vibe to it because of the fact that it's kind of focusing on this out kind of space, like the idea of ethereal, the out of this world, something very delicate, something very light. So I kind of like how that fits in with the theme of the actual track, the styling being much softer, really emphasizing this idea of these kind of out of world kind of sounds and stylings they've got on it. The idea of we live, we fly. So again, this idea of soaring, and I definitely feel like this is a song for Jeff Stebbins. It feels very personal, who is the frontman. He's just had the birth of his third daughter and he's very big on family and things like that, so really touching on the idea of loved ones or a loved one in your life that really brings you up. You gave me strength, your eyes and bright lights, you're a part of me. So really showing that closeness, this idea of we become one almost, we live, we fly, one love, one life. So this idea of having this eternal partner, so you can really see it focusing on the idea of relationship and having that special person in your life that really brightens every day.
Take the time to get it right. Love and love we prophesize. I see it in our daughter's eyes. Took the stars and made them shine. Darkness at the starting line. Grateful for this life of mine. You perfected perfection. My selection was selected with a life resurrected. And my course got corrected. Respecting everywhere that you're mentioned. Cause you know the court is in session. King and the queen of a kingdom here. And one in heaven, amen.
Okay, I'm loving this kind of break into a more rap styling. It's very Linkin Park almost with the way they kind of made that switch, and you can really see this outpouring of emotion as well. Just really the idea of I see it in our daughter's eyes, took the stars, made them shine. So it's definitely a very personal song for Jeff Stebbins, and I love that. I love this outpouring of emotion, grateful for this life of mine. Almost like the idea of this having bringing somebody else into their family has really brightened things up, where they've been going through a tough time because of other factors. That kind of gives off that idea. Loving love we prophesize. I really love some of these lyrics that really just show that strength as well, and doing it through the rap was a really interesting way to do it, with a life resurrected and my course got corrected. So quite smart how it all reflects the idea of kind of going out into space, like this idea of a flight, this idea of really just taking off, rising. I like how the lyrics really bend around that, the king and the queen of a kingdom here, so really fortifying their position as a family unit. It's their own little world, their own little kingdom, that I really do like how the way these lyrics show that idea of how connected people can be.
You are the one, the only one, the rising sun. I
I love the way in that chorus they kind of overlapped it with the verse, really the important part, just really to give it an extra kind of crescendo, a bit of extra build towards the end in that final chorus, just to really add a bit of extra power to the track. And despite the fact that they actually saw a change in the actual styling of their typical music, I absolutely loved the way that they were able to really just show through the music, through the visuals, this really strong track that, just considering it's the first time they've really tried doing something like that, it's quite a strong effort. And I think that's because of the emotion that Jeff is really bringing with some of these lyrics. There's a lot of love and care for his wife shown through this track, and it's a song that's very easy to connect with. For anyone that's got a partner that means the world to them, or a family, the idea of a family unit, it's a really easy song to get on board with. And I love the way they've done it through the idea of this out of world kind of journey almost, and the idea of flying, the idea of course corrected. So I love how these lyrics really just tie in these ideas of the sun, a lot of brightness, making use of the colour red, which signifies love, passion, things like that. So a very carefully constructed track, and instrumentally they provide a great way to really just give it that anthemic feel as well. Certainly the chorus, these long held notes, these just standard drums that really just give it a good pacing and stop it from kind of dropping off and being too slow of a love song almost. Kind of keeps that rock element to it, and I love the kind of areas they've drawn from it. Feels like a little bit of kind of Starset sound going into that Linkin Park almost Mike Shinoda style rap. So lots of elements being drawn together, and I really did enjoy that despite the different sound that we have got coming from the band. So that'll be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. And if you haven't heard this band before, then I would really consider checking out a couple of their other albums. Black Tie, Love Affair, Never Look Back had some great songs on there like Rain, I Want That For You, Electric Chair, and a variety of others that are definitely worth listening. Or check out their most recent EP, Transmission. There's a few tracks on there that are really worth listening to. And as always, if you would like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Starjo Analysis.